Hello, and welcome to the Saturday MP Show, episode number 23, being recorded December 1st, 2023. And this is, I'm thinking about this is the third episode I've recorded this week, because I really want to get this fix done. This is hopefully part 3, and the last part of adding HTTP Basic Auth Authentication to the Saturday Morning Productions website, which is right here. And the reason we're adding the basic authentication is so when you go to the staging website, so we're using a service called Render. In the old videos you can watch this, in the old videos highlight this a little bit more, but if in Render we have previews turned on, which every time a pull request or a merge request, because we're using GitLab, is spun up, it'll create... Oh, I'm not sure if I want to hide these or not. If you see some black in here, it's because I'm hiding some sensitive information, and hopefully I won't have to hide the staging websites anymore because they'll be protected by HTTP Basic Auth, and they only live for while the pull request open. But anyway, so this pull request here is basically this is because we were trying to update this. This is fine. This is because we were trying to update the underlying Docker image from node 16 to node 18, and that's giving us problems in our Ruby on Rails website. Sorry, but I'm just all over the place. So sorry, I was saying that, when this pull request gets created, it'll spin up a staging instance of a relatively simple website. It's basically a static website with not a heck of a lot going on. It spins up a new instance of it, and then we can test it. When I say we, I have a high school student, a neighbor of mine that works on the website with me, and that's why you might see some of if you see some black on the screen, it's either because I'm blocking out sensitive information or I'm blocking out the high school student's identity because I don't want that shown. So, all right, well, I guess we got a little ahead of ourselves too. I should say that the Saturday MP Show is all about helping you ship high quality I am all over the place. It's a Friday afternoon when I'm recording this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. The Saturday MP Show, kind of like Saturday Morning Productions, is all about shipping secure, high quality software faster. And we're doing this in this episode. This part 3 of this episode, we're showing you how to add basic authentication to an existing website. And a lot of my shows so far have been live coding. So the other nice thing I'm hoping people get out of this is that you can see that being a real developer is about making mistakes. And I tend to leave those in my videos. I do barely any editing on these videos. So what you see is kind of how I work through problems. And so if you want a real polished, 10-minute video, this is not it. This is probably going to run like an hour or something. But you get to see the ins and outs of being a real developer. And I guess if you're really bored, maybe it'll help you fall asleep, or you can just fast forward to the part that you like. If you do have a question, so I've answered some questions in one person asked a question before, and I'd like to get some more. So if you do have a question you want me to answer in a future video, send an email to ask@SaturdayMP.com. That's ASK at Saturday, SaturdayMP.com. And you can also leave, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave comments in YouTube there. And if you found this video useful, feel free to share it with others. Do the whole subscribe thingy. It just really helps others find it that might benefit from this. If you did find it useful, then you can send me some constructive criticism to the ask@SaturdayMP email address. I guess leave a comment below, but as long as there's constructive criticism. Otherwise, if it's just being mean, it'll never see the light of day. All right, I think that's all the bookkeeping we got going on here. So that's what we're doing. So the website is hosted in GitLab, like I mentioned. And okay, so I'm trying to remember where the heck we left off. So we left off in, there's the site again. Right, so we left off last time where we had it working on our development machine. So a quick little summary for those who haven't watched the previous video, but I'd highly recommend watching the last two, is that we'd set up our Docker file and our Docker entry point to be able to handle, because what we want is we want the Docker file to be built, and in production or development, we don't want HTTP Basic Authentication on, but in staging, we want that on. And the way it works in render, we can tell we're in staging if this is pull request is true, if this environment variable is set to true. If it is true, we want to turn basic authentication on, and if it's not, it'll be off by default when we build the Docker file. And then these passwords here, like there's just some default ones we'll set in development. So I set up the Docker file so that it runs without any changes in development, but when we execute it in staging or production, that's when we have some if statements here to don't install the test, don't install like the test in the development gems, install just the production ones. Same with the npm packages, precompile the assets, stuff like that. So that only happens in production. So all right, so I think that's about it. So I guess let's get to, so we had this working last time where we spun up the Docker image, we ran it locally, everything worked, like it correctly detected that we're in development, and it didn't turn authentication on by default. I haven't. Yeah, so like the other, yeah. Speaking of this environment substitution command, I'm chatting with a fellow who watched an older video. What video was it? It was the one about the Docker, comparing Docker volumes to Docker Watch, and he's talking about permission issues he has with using volumes, and I also have some of those permissions. And I didn't learn about this environment subset command until just recently, which is kind of funny. So you're always learning stuff. Like I've been a software developer for 25 years, and I'm always learning new things. And because before I learned about this, I was just using sed to substitute these. And then his suggestion was like, hey, you should use the environment substitution command. So I wonder if that person watches it later, if they'll think it's funny that here I am using environment substitution commands. So I'll have to respond to his comment later today or tomorrow or something. Say, yes, I just learned about it and I'm using it, because we're going to get rid of all these substitutions here, because right now we're just testing it for. If we look here, we just have the basic authentication, so we just want to test one thing. But I think we're going to go through and replace them all and get that all working. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. But things are working. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a quick. I'm going to do a quick. What do I have here? Oh, I have some whip. So let's just amend this previous commit, I think. Yeah. Just so we don't, just in the off chance we lose what we have here. There we go. Yeah, we renamed it to the template, Docker entry point, and that. Okay. Cool. So let's replace all of those variables. Now, do we need... So these still need to stay as arguments because they're used when this is built down here. And environment variables can't be used when you build it. This passenger user, I don't think needs to continue to be an argument. So we can probably get rid of that and just default it to root. And then the port. Yeah, we need the port as an argument because this will change when we build it. Yeah, that'll change because it'll be port 80 or 443 or whatever it is on render. I can't remember. All right, so we have these. That can stay. If you see this REM2, this is just a way for me to find places so I can search for stuff. I think I started it 20 years ago after Bash script. I think used REM for comments in those. But it was just a nice way because other people had already used to do, or fix or, all the other ones. So I wanted to find just stuff that I had done and that I wanted to remove before I did my final commit and push. So I started using REM. I think I used REM too because it was like, usually it was stuff where I had to remove. But I just started using it for stuff that reminds me to update, to add a comment or look at something. So in this case, I'm just going to put a comment here. Yeah, so, look at, and there we go. Oh, look at that. So that was GitHub Copilot filling that in for me. Thanks, GitHub Copilot. Now we can clean up all, see down here, I want to remove this commented out stuff. Excuse me. So now we're going to replace all these, oops, what's going on there? We want to replace all of these. So we still want to remove that. And we need to replace these two config files. But the actual replacing of the variables is going to happen in the entry point. And the nice thing about happening in entry point is every time you run it, you could turn basic authentication on or off as needed. So, okay. I don't know if we're going to add a .env file later, but for now, I don't want to spend too much. This is just pretty basic company website, like for my consultant. I don't want to spend too much time, but maybe we'll add a .env after. We'll see. But yeah, I want to wrap this up, so we only have 3 videos, not 4. Okay, so we have this. And what I want to do is, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, so these are no longer going to be replaced with the sed command. They're going to be environment variables. So let's find them and replace them with that. Passenger user, and so it'll just be the port. And that's the same port actually. So that's kind of nice. That's the same port. Oops, I don't want 2 semicolons. That's the same port we're actually using inside the Docker file there. So, and this will just be the passenger user. Okay. So that's it done. So all this command here should replace all the website config, but I actually need to replace this conf file too. So let's call this a template too, just so we're not confused. Let's rename that template. Okay. And then we'll have to go into the Docker file and change this. And we're going to put it in the templates folder too. Templates. Oh no, wait, this one goes, that one goes in the conf D folder. Well, let's put it in templates anyway. And then we'll copy it into the conf D. So actually I should remember that path for now. Templates conf D. So this one was just conf D. Okay. Because this environment substitution command, it just uses kind of redirection here, but you can't redirect to the same file because you'll have an empty file when you're done. So we'll redirect the template to the actual spot that we want it to. So we put another one of these in here. Yeah, so this says being templates. This is our website. This is going to be all right, so templates, this would be HTTP context, And then we'll redirect that to not sites enabled. This needs to go in the conf. What did I call it? Conf D folder, or what did I? And then it just needs to go into HTTP context.conf. Okay. So, well, that's interesting because for production, technically don't need to actually set this, but that's okay. Let's just leave it as that. Because the reason we set this variable is if you try to just set the passenger user to root, passenger will complain. It won't let you do it as a security feature. So you have to actually tell it that the default root user is root, and then you can set it to root here. So I guess it's fine if it's the same user that we set here and here. So that's okay. Yeah, technically we don't need that for production, but there's no, I guess there's no harm in doing it. And we're already setting that in production down here, so that's fine. Okay. So I think those are all set up correctly. And then just remember to remove this. Yeah, so that's nice. So that's copied in there. And then this, I guess we didn't have to, well, yeah, we should copy it here because when we do the production deploy, we don't map the volume. I was going to say we could copy it here, but in the entry point, but okay. And then I might have to play around. Maybe I won't set the password unless it is a pull request. I wonder what would happen if it's off, but there's no password file. I'm assuming nothing bad. That's, Yeah, let's just leave it. We'll just always create it. That's fine. In development, we'll experiment with leaving these blank. Like this will be off by default, but I wonder if these can be blank, if that would cause a problem. But then, right, when this is pull request is set, we'll have those environment variables, the basic auth username and the basic auth password set in render. So the other thing to note with the render with the previews is you don't get a separate set of environment variables. It just copies the production ones, which is why we have this is pull request true here to change this basic auth, because we can't just set it to restricted in render, because then it would restrict the production one. So I guess the other option is we could leave this as restricted and then turn it off if it is a pull request or if it is development. Is that a better option? No, I like, right, because I want my development environment just to be, basically Docker Compose, build, and then up, and you should be good to go. But is it better for this to be default on in case somebody, I'm just thinking from a security point of view, if I screw this up in staging or production, like you want this on by default and off otherwise. So in development, if this was set to restricted, I would need, if this was false, I would set, so the is pull request have to be set, and it would have to be set to false. In that case, we would substitute those environment variables in there. I would set it to off, theoretically. Is that a better way to do it? Or off by default and just turn it on. But that, yeah, that's how we would do it. Like if I didn't have this weird is pull request here. Right, we would just have that environment variable set for the different, right, like you know, if this was a different staging environment, we're using render and we just have a simple website. So just having render create a quick staging environment for us is great. But in a more complicated environment where you're not using that, you manually or use Terraform or something to build your staging environment, you would have this basic authentication set to restricted. Okay, yeah, so I think this is fine. Sorry, just going through that in my head. So that all looks good. All right. So by default have off for development will be turned on in staging, i.e. render pull request previews. In the entry point. Okay, cool. Sometimes it's really freaky how well GitHub Copilot works. It's kind of scary. Okay, so that's all done. I don't think we need these anymore. We have these all. We did a commit, so we can clean these up so I don't forget later. Turn that off. Let's combine these into just one less. And then we can clear these comments. So no yarn in the so there's no yarn, so we have to install that, and then we have to install these two utilities. So we have this set here. So we actually don't need it in our Docker Compose anymore. Yeah, they're the same, so we can actually get rid of this. So I'll simplify that a little bit. Because before we only used the entry point in development. We didn't use it in production, but now we are. Oh, right, and I have to put it. Okay, so we install development test packages. Or maybe say in production the gems and packages installed in the Docker file. Development tests are installed here, so they can. So the reason I do that so they can live in the Docker volumes. So they they're installed in the entry point as they are saved to volumes. Okay. All right, and then, so do we want to run this every time? So this is going to be run every time we run it. So there's going to be an existing file, and it's just going to get, the environment variables will be replaced, and it'll be overwritten. And that is fine. I don't see any, I guess it would take a little, like a maybe a second longer, but I don't think that's a big issue. So. Doing things. Staging. Okay. Okay. And then if we ever wanted to, for some reason, turn this on in production, we could. Like, we could just restart our service, like go and change the environment variables, restart our service, and we'd be good to go. Or if we ever needed to change these passwords for some reason, like some people that use HTTP Basic Auth, they actually don't change their passwords when people leave the organization, which is something you should do, right, every time someone leaves and they had access to that, because they're a little tricky to change. You have to usually, like some clients I work with, they just have a server, like not a Docker container. They just have a server set up, and they've had the same Basic Auth username and password for like more than 10 years. Many developers and people with access to that server have come and gone since then. You try to get them to change it, but it's kind of fighting an uphill battle. So, on the plus side, most developers, after you've left, like they're mostly, I like to think of us as pretty honest people, but there's always one bad apple. Every once in a while, there'll be a bad apple. Okay. So, can I just leave these blank? I'm just going to try leaving these blank just to... can I just do this? Oh, I guess I have to put something. Can I just put a... no, it wants something. Because if I don't define them in development, then what happens? It'll try and run this with empty, empty, and this command will probably fail. Okay. Or is this even a place for, like, should they even live here? Right, like they should probably, that's fine. We want those defaults. Theoretically, this is only for development and staging. It will be replaced by the staging ones. Yeah, and we needed to create this. Like that, otherwise this HT password command will fail. I think that's fine for now. Until I can think of something better. Okay, let's just try this. This is enough. Been a lot of talking, a lot of writing stuff, but not actually testing anything. So let's try and build it and see if it builds. And yeah, we're already at 30 minutes, and I really want to get this wrapped up. I wonder if I should just record myself not talking while I work. I wonder if that would be, how much faster that would be. Okay, so that's doing its thing. Do I really work faster when I'm not talking? Well, there's probably some things where I have to go back and explain stuff, but. So, we also have set up in render, yeah, it should create that PR. So let's, well, that's doing its thing. Let's get everything ready. So if we go look here, right, we'll just stage all the changes. Passenger user, port passenger user. We remove those because we don't need them anymore, so that's good. And just some comments. Okay, so let's just amend this previous commit. And I guess we don't get it now. We don't get a chance to watch the AI try to make a message for us. So I guess we'll put our own in. Back to writing commit messages myself. Actually, well, I find the auto-generated commit message. The description is kind of cool because it just summarizes often pretty accurately what you did, which is nice. But the summaries I find are not very accurate. Okay, because what do we have any other? This is like the first commit. Okay. Okay, so what am I thinking here? I'm going to look at all these changes. We renamed or removed this file, so that's good. Remove this file. We added to the Docker entry point. Yeah, people that don't like comments are screaming at all the comments I have in here, so sorry. But I guess if you really don't like comments, this is not the videos for you to watch because I like comments. Okay. So we want to update. Oh yeah, we're going to update the message. Add basic auth for staging and enable it for staging. Okay. Add HTTP Basic Authentication to the website and have it enabled in staging. Currently, staging is the render PR preview. Okay, so we got that. Let's do a push. Yep. Push, 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 push. And then we can go look at this. I'm going to have to do so much blacking out. I hate editing. That's why I hate editing videos. Anyway, if you like editing videos, let me know. Maybe you can help me edit my videos here. So let's create a merge request here. Because creating a merge request, the nice thing is we have it set up. So this is a really simple website, but we have lots of DevOps going on behind the scenes. So we have an automated build. Maybe I'll show that here. So we have an automated build, which I think I showed last video too. So it's going to build everything here. Oh, that's the merge request. How do I see the job running? Just got the one job, build and test. Yeah, I guess I could break it out into multiple jobs, but yeah, it's gonna run basically a build. It's gonna run the test. It's gonna run linter and everything on it. And again, this is a real simple static website, but it's super useful, especially now that it catches my own stupidity. But it's really useful for, I didn't plan this when I created this SaturdayMP website, but having the neighbor help me with this, having all these tests set up has been great because it catches. It prevents him from doing something, making a mistake, and just catches errors like that. Like the one you saw, we were trying to upgrade the version of Passenger from Node, and it upgraded the version of Node from 16 to 18. That's why you saw that error at the beginning of the video. We're still trying to figure out what's going on there, but okay. So, sorry, we wanted to create a merge request. Assign me. Maybe I'll get that high school kid to review it. I should probably get him in the habit of doing that. No milestones. It's a basic website. We don't do milestones. Delete branch. Okay, or create this merge, and that'll also kick off the render PR. So now if we go, it should show up here. So it's gonna, you can see the pipeline is running. Yeah, and then the render. So it created a new render branch for us here. Oh, bad. Oh, it's not quite created yet. Oops, we want to go to the dashboard part because it's going to build it. So in render, it just started this deploy for us. And so another optimization I could make is I could just build this Docker file. So right now the GitLab's building it, render is going to build it. Oh, but I didn't add the environment variables for this. This is going to fail. Oops. But anyway, like GitLab builds it, render. I should probably build it once and then upload it to a Docker registry and just have the various ones downloaded. Okay, but I forgot I need to. Let's go to the main environment. Oh yeah, I'll have to black all this out. So we're going to have to not create an environment group, but add some more variables. And then what were the names? These were the names. Where can I put basic auth, username, basic auth, password? Okay. Off. Well, this one I technically don't need to add, but I guess I probably should. And then basic auth username. It'll be different than what I have in there, so we'll hide that. And basic auth password. Oh, this I should probably generate with a password manager. Oh, okay, but I'll do that after. For now, we'll just set it to something reasonable. Okay, we'll just set it to that for now. We can save these changes. Now, I don't think... I wonder if I have to redo this build now. Like, if we look at the events and this environment. Yeah, okay, it doesn't exist here. Shoot. I wonder if I do another push, if that'll redo it. Will it copy those environment variables, or would I have to manually add them? Darn it. I updated that. Oh, it's going to be so much editing this video. Right, because there's not, the environment variables aren't here. That's sad. Okay, but I think, so what I'll do is I'll just add them here. Yeah, okay. Right, and they're going to have to be exactly the same. So yeah, this part's a little weird where the staging environment variables are the same as production. Usually they're different, but like I said, this is such a basic, simple application. I haven't set up a fancier way to do it. I might have to in the future if we keep building on the on the website. So basic auth username. And the password. Okay. So that's all in there. Is it gonna? Oh, okay. So if I change these environment variables, it's gonna kick off a new one. Okay, that's good. Yeah, environment updated. Okay. Just gotta take a couple minutes for it to do its thing. All right, let's see if this works. And then here's, this build should theoretically pass because we didn't make any changes to the code, but maybe we broke something to build. Yeah, so I think I showed this last video, but you know, we still ran the linter. We use the standard Ruby linter because it's got reasonable defaults. We even use sorbet. I kind of use this website too to test out some new features in Ruby. So we run the test. There's only a couple simple tests because the website is mostly static pages. We have a system test that tests for the Calendly link is working, I think. So yeah, so it all looks good. Okay, now we just got to wait for this. So this will take a couple minutes too. What's something I can show you while it's thinking? Or is it done? Oh, whoops, this is, oh yeah, this is the right one. Oh, that was pretty quick. Did render cancel a bunch of stuff? Oh, okay. Maybe this, let's see. Deploy oh, it's this deploy. Whoops. That one was canceled. Which one is the one that... Oh, now I'm confused. Okay, well, yeah, this is... Okay, it must be this one because it's still installing gems. Yeah, we'll see that. I'm kind of excited that this is going to be a big moment where everything... Once we go to the website now, is there anything there? No, 502. Okay, this hasn't finished building. Okay, so is there anything while that's doing its thing that I want to... Anything else that I want to clear? Like, if this works, I'm pretty happy with it. If you have feedback or any suggestions, let me know if there's a way I could do this better without doing too much work. Because I do, client work has kind of slowed down a little bit now, but I do have client work to do. I have other features I'd like to add to the website. I'm trying to get the weekly dev chat. Oh yeah, maybe I should show that. If you're not part of the weekly dev chat, feel free to join us. I'm trying to get more work done on the weekly dev chat and stuff like that. Ironically, this weekly dev chat is just hosted on like a WordPress. It's just a WordPress blog. And I think I might have moved. SaturdayMP already was a Rails website for a while. Because I actually used to sell a product called Mini Compressor off of it. And, people might find it surprising that this weekly dev chat is not its own website, but it's just one more thing I'd have to maintain. I'd have to maintain, like, it would be something I'd have to update the version of Rails or like Node or whatever the heck I wrote this in. And just having it on a hosted blog is just so much easier. Again, it's just a basic site. But yeah, so I was just trying to, getting off topic again here, but weekly dev chat, you should come join us. It's every Tuesday at noon, Mountain Time. And as long as you're a nice person and kind of respectful, you're more than welcome to join us. So, but yeah, I'd like to do some more. We're trying to organize an in-person meetup in the Edmonton, Alberta, Canada area. And if we could get that once a month, that would be great. So yeah, there's other things I want to work on. So I want to get this change up and running, and then I can hopefully work on other things. All right, so it looks like it's almost done. Let's bring this back over. Oh, we can even maximize this if you want to see more. All right, so that's looking pretty good. So let's push into the registry, and it'll take another minute or two for it to finish up. And then hopefully this will work. And this is one of those things because you were making the staging production change. I guess the other nice thing about having these environment variables, if I screw something up, it's an easy fix. Like, for example, if I merge this into master and then I block anyone from accessing production, it's an easy fix with just the environment variables. Okay, so it's done. Is it done? Let's see. No. Oh, sorry, it's still deploying. So this takes a minute or two. This whole loose, I still don't understand what this means. Like, we keep getting this error sometimes. Well, not sometimes, but this. So, because I think right now we're on Rails 6, and I'm going to upgrade to Rails 7, and I think that gets rid of Webpacker Rails 7, or you don't need it. We don't do it. Again, it's a simple website. There's not a lot of JavaScript going on. So if I can get rid of Webpacker, that'd be great. I thought Webpacker was super confusing for me in Rails. Like, I still struggle with it and when to use it, when not to use it. I think Rails gets rid of Webpacker, Rails 7. I don't know. I could be wrong. So again, people could be yelling at me. So yeah, for those who don't know, I consider myself a generalist. Like, I don't have deep knowledge in a lot of technologies, but having worked mostly at small companies and small businesses and stuff, you kind of have to be good at a lot of things, where I never got the opportunity to work at a large company. Oh, it's still a bad gateway. I'll still running this thing. Where you could specialize more. So I don't know. I'm tempted to maybe end my career at a large company because I'm really curious. It'd be kind of interesting to work. Was this running yet? Oh, no. It looks like it is. Yeah, still in progress. Okay. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool to work on something like at a Google or a Microsoft, something that millions of people use, and just to see the scale. Like, I'd love to see some of those data centers and just knowing that, like, you make a change or you're storing like terabytes of data and how to handle that. Like, those are interesting problems, I think, that I've never had to deal with. Most of my customers, if they're running out of database storage or like their server's getting slow, unless there's a real easy algorithmic or like add an index to a database, a lot of times it's just upgrade your Amazon or your physical server or your virtual server, just update its instance, like get a couple more CPUs, which is usually a good problem. If they're running into that problem for a small business, that's usually a good problem to have. But sometimes they're just storing like a bunch of data they don't need to store, so they could probably get rid of that. All right, are we done? No? Come on, I'm running out of things to say. You're making me look, you're embarrassing me here. What does it look like on... Oh, I didn't even add it to the... I added it to the previous pull request. Oh my god, okay. So for those that notice that we're yelling at the screen, thank you. I'm going to get rid of these from this branch because they don't need to be here. Okay, so let's go to the main one, and we'll add them here. Still in progress. Hey, oh, sorry, I was going to check this main. Oh, it's got a little green cloud. Oh, and I did this so long ago, I can't see the logs. Okay. I wonder if that basic auth is screwing up, like now it doesn't think it's able to run. Oh, is that going to be a problem? Dang it. Okay, let's basic auth. Basic auth username. Basic auth password. Okay, done. Oops. Oh, now it's going to start another one because the environment was updated. Oh, dang it. Okay. So it does okay. Oh no, this is PR45. Whoops. That's fine. I don't care about that one. I want to see this one. Yeah, I wonder if it's not running because oops, I don't know that. Because it can't. Okay, well, I did get to the echo, so that's good. It's adding password there. Running reboot jobs. Huh. So let's see. Oh man. See, now you get to watch me, like, well, not fail, but wonder if that's what's going on. Okay, can we see the logs? Oh, it's trying to get the favorite icon, and that's failing. Oh, interesting. Okay, so now can I, where's the shell? Let's go here. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, let's go here. Let's see if the problem really is. Oh, it is set to off. Oh, no, but it's going to find out it's a pull request. Oh, so that is a bit of a problem. Dang it. So I can't turn that off easily in staging. Okay, so we'd have to go back to here and just... Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's... You think that it would be able to, but... Unless I messed up the... Okay, well, let's try that, because that'll kick off another build. And then let's see what happens. PR, yeah. There we go. I don't know why it doesn't put some in weird, like it canceled this twice for some reason. So hopefully this will build quickly. Merge block, new changes were added. Okay. Because I think I cache this stuff, so hopefully when it's all cached, it should just... Oh, I wonder if the other problem is I didn't put the Docker entry point. Where's my Docker entry point? Home, app, website. Yeah, it's just right there. And it's the whole path. Okay, so that looks okay. Is any of this cached or no? Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta do with get rid of the without flag. Look at that. It's appreciated. Huh, interesting. Okay. Forever the SASE takes forever to install. Be nice to get rid of that. I think because that goes away in Rails 7. I'm not quite sure. Or we get a new version of it at least. Alright, so I think that's my problem. Building. Right, if we go here now, nothing bad gateway because it hasn't been deployed. Well, I guess we could let's see. Render PR preview HTTP Basic Authentication. Oh, let's see. Page crypt. Yeah, nothing. React Basic. Oh, nothing useful there. Okay, it's deploying. Wait, is it done? Was I just not patient enough? It seems like it's taking too long. Right, adding password fusion staging. Oh, maybe that would be real embarrassing if I just wasn't patient enough. That seems to be taking a long time. So what if we go? Okay, we're just going to redeploy in production because I just want to see what it looks like in there. Go back to these previews. Or I guess, well, even if we go look at this one, how long does that take? Like this is like usually a second. Oh, something must be wrong. Okay, let me go. Oh, I guess I didn't test it locally too much before I... dang it, people on the internet, you gotta yell louder so I can hear you. Right, let's go see here. We built it, but we didn't actually try running it. I forgot to do that. Dang it. Okay, so NGINX files seem to be okay. Let's see. Sites enabled, website. Right, so that's look like you replaced that correctly. It's got the right port. That's off. So that all looks good. What was the other one we replaced? Was NGINX conf-d this one. And it's just root. Okay, so that looks good too. So we just went up. Would this work? Oh, I don't want, no, cancel. Just up to what I don't want to, just cancel. I just want the website up. I don't know why my, oh, missing RVM environment file. I don't know why that, okay. Just rebuild this on local too. Getting all sorts of problems. Okay. Alright, so this is 45. We don't want 45. Let's go back to 46. And let's see. It's still not done. It's like it's hung. Oh, okay. No. There. It's like it gets hung here for some reason. I wonder why. I can't get into a shell. I don't think. I'm assuming it's still not up and running. Yeah, 502. Wow, this is embarrassing. I was hoping this would be a big win. And, oh, another, this is the deploy one. Sorry, wrong one. It's still in progress. Is this one done? Yeah, this one was canceled. Yeah, I'm still getting... Huh, that's weird. What is going on? What is going on? Yeah, it just gets stuck there, eh? So I commented that out, so it should still be off. Okay, yeah, I went through that whole file. Oh, I did. Okay, I think I know what I did wrong. So, if we look, I think this is the problem. If we look at the Docker file, I get rid of all these commands, but the one thing I didn't get rid of is this one. And I think this has something to do with NGINX not starting by default. So let's, well, I guess we got time. Let's take a look. Passenger NGINX. Docker. And what is that command? Down. Right, yeah, they're enabled by default. So if I don't remove that, I think it's because it's not turned on. Oh my god. Okay. Rails db create. For those who don't know, this website doesn't use a database in the background, but I'm too, I guess I'm too lazy to actually figure out how to remove the requirement for a database for Rails, which kind of is dumb because I'm paying a couple bucks a month on Render to have an empty database, but I'll have to figure out how to do that. Okay, I think that's what I'm missing. So I bet you I need to add this. Oops. There we go. So yeah, it's because it's not running. Okay. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. Well, hopefully you didn't get bored and you stayed to the end. You could watch this. Oh, yeah, this video's over an hour. Okay, let's see. Let's just double check that's a problem. So I put that in there. And now if I build it, okay, well that's building. Let's multitask a little bit here. And so, because I think that was working just fine. So yeah, okay. I guess let's get this. I guess last time I didn't test that enough. I got too excited when I was preparing it and I pushed it. I forgot I was still testing it locally. So fixed issue with passenger not starting. All right. So before I push that, let's go back here and we'll test this real quick. Oh, I'm such a dum-dum. Oh, no, not run. Let's just bring it up. Okay. Oh, I don't want that. Now we should see more. Yes, okay, there. Now passenger starting. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, localhost. So I was working on a Blazor website there. Okay, that looks better. Now it should, the first time it takes a minute or two to start up. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, now you're acting all weird. Why are you acting all? Come on. Okay, cool. That was probably the problem. So let's go here. Let's push this. That will kick off all the builds again. Oh, that's really funny. Okay. Well, see, part of me always wants to like cut that part out of the video and not publish this video, but yeah, now you get to see that. So yeah, if you've ever done something dumb, well, software development, I guess it makes you human, and then it also, now you can watch someone else do it dumb. So you don't have to feel like that imposter syndrome. Like everyone, even experienced developers, do silly things. So, all right, hopefully this is it. And then we can wrap up the video. Like I won't. Ooh, would I push this to main? Part of the. I guess we could try pushing it to master and see if I broke anything there. Because the nice thing about render is it does have this ability. Like you just click this rollback if something goes wrong. So it's super easy. And my website, like who cares? It's not like this gets a lot of traffic. So good thing I'm preloading this. The first time after I rebuilt it here. Yeah, because I wanted to see. I didn't think it stopped there. Yeah, it should have the passenger messages. Yeah, there we go. And then once it's loaded, it should be nice and fast. So, okay, let's go back to the previews. Oops, another deploy. I don't know why I'm getting two deploys. It's weird. Okay. Okay, we'll let that do its thing. So yeah, we'll see. And hopefully you didn't. I thought I turned my phone off, but it was buzzing like crazy in the background. So hopefully it doesn't come through in the microphone. Hopefully it's nothing major too. Probably nothing. I guess while we're waiting for this, because I don't know if we're getting way off topic here, but I watched The Bear, the TV show about the fellow trying to open a restaurant. That was an amazing show, I thought. It brought back memories of when I worked in a restaurant man, almost 25, 30 years ago. I worked in a restaurant for 3 years in high school, my first university. And not a super high-end one, but a slightly higher one. Like, it was a steak. It was a steak and, a steakhouse. I guess they had prime rib and lobster and fancy stuff like that. But man, watching that show brought back some memories of working there. And just the craziness that happens in a kitchen. And then how calm. They never really showed it until the end of the second season, the last episode, when they reopened the new restaurant. But how calm it can be up front and how much like of a gong show or how loud it is in the kitchen sometimes. But what was I saying? I don't even remember what the heck I was saying, what I was going to say about that. But anyway, it's a great show. I highly recommend people watch it. It's fantastic. All right, is this working? Yeah, that show hit. And also, even if you're not a chef, that show really hit home for. Man, it definitely made me think, and just with some of the characters and some of the family life and stuff like that, like holy wow. So yeah, I highly recommend watching it. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I had something to relate it to software development, but I don't remember anymore. All right, hurry up and build. The Bear, amazing show. All right, supporting cache. I guess another thing we could do while we're waiting, a little bit self-promoting. But if you ever just want to chat with me, I think one of the changes we'll make is we'll change this to book a free consult or just free consult. So you can just click here. And then, you can reject all the cookies. And then you can just book a time to chat with me. So to see if you need particular help or just answer some questions or see if I can help you get some ship some software out the door faster. So I got some empty times on Monday and Wednesday. So if those times don't work for you, you can just shoot me an email instead. Okay. Is it done, you think? Is it done? Deploying. Upload succeeded. Done. Okay, now don't get stuck. Yes. Okay, cool. Now, if we go here. Oh no. No. Why is it back gateway? Oh, your service is live. Okay. Okay, cool. What was my password again? I think that was it. No. Okay, what is my password? Third card. Yeah, because I blocked third-party cookies. What am I thinking here? All right, I was gonna go look at the environment. Here we go. All right, we'll just copy and paste that. All right, we're in. I think. Okay, cool. So that looks like it worked. And then I guess the final part of it is to, these are one of those things that it's always scary because you have to, push this to main, or push it to production. It might break something, but let's try pushing to production. So anyway, this video is really long, but what the heck? Let's do it anyway. So where did my GitLab go? Did I close them all? GitLab. Oh, right there. You can see mini compressor application I used to write. Oh, I did do something with it 7 months ago. Interesting. There's my really old website. All right, so let's go to this merge request. And let's just try it. I'll just double check the files real quick. We'll do a little self-review, right? So added basic auth. Entry points there. Bright, this is super important. Shouldn't have removed that. And then, all right. So that all looks okay, good enough. Let's, I approve my own work. Good job, Chris. Okay, merge. Oh, all those notifications are actually because I have Slack set up to notify me for. Oh, right. Whenever I make PR changes and stuff. Okay, that's why it's been buzzing so much. All right, so now if we go to the main, whoops, website deploy started. So yeah, the nice thing too for render is it will leave the old deploy on there, like SaturdayMP. Oh, that's this pull request is gonna be, yeah, it's gone because we don't have it anymore. So that's still up and running, and hopefully this deploy, I want to say it caches things, but I don't really know. Okay, so I don't know. What do you want to? What should I talk about while we're waiting? What's this gonna take? Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? It's the only, that's the other. It's the sucky thing about DevOps. I find is there's a lot of hurry up and wait. You're making changes and you gotta go wait for something to rebuild or run through your pipeline. That's always kind of the sucky part. Okay. Yeah, so this is done. Merge request is closed. Great. I do find render does, builds things pretty fast, which is kind of nice. Overall, I think this has been a great service for, I haven't tried it with any big website, but I picked it for SaturdayMP because it was basically just like a simple, like it sits on top of AWS, but it just works great for small. I don't actually I do the Docker deploy, but you could just deploy a Rails app pretty quick. And I'm not sure what Docker image it'll spin up for you automatically, but it'll figure it out. Yeah, and so I find it super useful for small sites. But again, I don't know, maybe it works good with if you have a larger, more complex site. I don't really know. And cost-wise, it's okay. It kind of sucks because they changed their pricing structure recently. Because there's two of us, me and the other fellow that helps me with the website, and they recently changed their pricing structure, so I couldn't be on like the free or really, really low cost. I can't remember if it was free or it was just really low cost. So now I got to pay more because there's two of us. We had to create like this team, Saturday Morning Productions team. Oh, I should upload a logo there. And now we get billed for it. That part kind of sucks. All right, so that was pretty quick. Yeah, install all the gems, install the npm packages. So yeah, if you use render, let me know. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it. Or if there's another hosting site that's, you know, even better than render, that just, I don't know if I'd switch. There's a lot of work to switch, but yeah, just something quick and easy to host. And again, I could just upload the Docker image. I don't have to worry about other places. My old website used to run on like a Linux server. It ran on Linode, however you say that. But that, again, that was a server I had to maintain, and I had to upgrade the server once in a while. The nice thing about this is I just upload the Docker image, and I'm assuming the infrastructure that Docker image is run on is, you know, updated and maintained by render. So if I ever did switch from render, I'd find something like AWS or maybe DigitalOcean or something that I could just upload a Docker image to. But all that infrastructure, like for the ports and DNS, like that's all taken care of in render, which is really nice. Like I don't have to set up a network. Like I think some of those people get, like they kind of give AWS or Azure bad names or something, but those are not Like they're like the basic building blocks. And they're kind of for power users. So people like services like Render, I always kind of view them like that, where services like Render can build on top of them and just simplify things for people that don't need it. Like I don't need to go into AWS and set up a bunch of security groups and policies and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. Like I have to do that enough for work. All right. Okay, cool. It's up. Don't lock myself out. Yeah. Right on. It looks like it worked. Cool. So that is let's see. It should have still set the password. Yeah, that's fine. But it didn't. Yeah, there was that line there like enabling staging. Okay, cool. So that'll look like it worked. Well, okay, we'll wrap that video up. So this video up. So thank you, everyone. If you're still watching, that was very long. Thank you very much for your patience, and I hope you found this useful. As always, if you have any questions, send me an email to ask@SaturdayMP.com, or leave some if you're watching this on YouTube, leave some comments below, and yeah, some constructive criticism, or if you have a question you would like me to answer in a future video, throw that in a question below. And then maybe in a future video too, if you want, you could be on that video. We could kind of pair live or something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Someone to ask me questions and keep me in line and point out when I make dumb mistakes like I did this video. But yeah, so it's Friday night for me. So I am going to go grab some dinner and then hopefully hang out with some friends tonight. So, and I hope you're also, if you're watching this in the evening, it's a nice evening and you're going to be hanging out with some friends or just have a nice relaxing evening. I wish you all the best. Take care.